All right, hold on. All right. We gotta start that over because the intro didn't make noise. We gotta start this over. Hold on, we gotta fix this. What's the motherfucking deal? All right, I fucked up. But here is the motherfucking deal. Man, I had to hear that fucking post-fight interview from Derek Lewis. I'm catching it. Look, I'm bootlegging. Fuck what y'all talking about. I ain't paying for no fucking UFC. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is a friendly community and conversation. Ultimately, like I say, it's all about you guys. You know, our opinions are welcomed, uncensored. We won't ever negate what you have to say. But here's the deal, man. Here is the motherfucking deal. I just want to let y'all know that I appreciate you all. And I think that you guys are the greatest, the friends of the Den. But tonight we're going to talk about something interesting. We're going to have some very interesting topics for next week. Because I'll be honest, with the UFC and everything going on, I didn't expect a whole bunch of people to tune in tonight. But hey, I appreciate y'all for showing up and pulling up. But let's get in it to win it, man. Well, that's actually soft stuff, but it's all good. So again, we're gonna see who we have joining us this evening, and then we're gonna talk about money, power, and respect, man. Maybe I'm seeing stuff out the corner of my eyes. But we're going to talk about money, power, and respect. And so, you're going to ask what I mean by that. Why are we talking about that? Well, I've just been noticing some things as of late. What I wouldn't even just say as of late. It's nothing new. It's nothing that we didn't know. Yeah, I saw that Derek Lewis. That dude won. I got to figure out how to get Derek Lewis on fucking Soft Sports. Because that post-fight interview was probably the greatest I ever heard. Motherfucker told Joe Rogan he was going to pull up and smoke some weed with him on his show one day. And then said maybe in a week or two I'll come pull up on your show and smoke some weed. Would you say, I ain't trying to fight no title fight. I need to get my damn cardio up. That motherfucker, he from Houston. Fuck what you talking about. That shit is hilarious. But let's see who we got joining us this evening. And then we go dive in it, man. Joshua, Heidi, Baker, man, what's the motherfucking deal? McVice, what's the motherfucking deal? Edmund, always good to see you. 335 holding it down. Dominic, good to see you. That was the greatest fucking post-fight interview I've ever heard in my life. That motherfucker say, fuck what you saying. They told me to knock this Russian motherfucker out. He making us look bad, USA. That shit was hilarious, dog. Hilarious. I mean, it was greatness. But we're going to talk about money, power, and respect. And why I say that, I feel like this is something that we need to discuss. Because, America, they say, is the land of opportunity, the land of milk and honey. If what they say in New York, if you make it there, you can make it anywhere. I don't know if that's quite the same, but that's kind of a different thing. But in other countries that you have opportunities, but I don't think it permits itself in the same fashion. But here in the USA, I mean, you can make it doing almost anything that you are passionate about. A motherfucker was selling pet rocks at one point in time in this country's history and became a millionaire. Pet rocks. So, I mean, here's the thing, man. You have to understand, and what I'm saying, how this is all going to tie into each other, is, they say first you get the money, then you get the power, then motherfuckers will respect you. That's from the song. But are they interchangeable? And that's what I want to discuss. I mean, can you earn your respect, get some power, then get the money? I mean, do you have to get the money first to get the power? I mean, some people get respected for the moves they're willing to pull, the things they're willing to do, and they don't necessarily have the money at first. But then people respect what they do, and then eventually they get money, And so my question is, how does this work? How is it? I'm going to make sure I got the right jigger jagger. And I don't. But, you wonder how this whole thing works when it comes to the money, the power, and the respect. People seem to respect people with money in America, even if they haven't really done much, even if they haven't really provided any value to society. A lot of people love the Kardashians. And again, like I said, I'm not talking shit about the Kardashians. Anybody who's able to turn that attention into money, I'm not mad at them. Whichever the one that was that turned it into, basically got to be a billionaire. And if people want to give her money to help her get there, hey, you know what? It's their right. Again, I told you I've been working on trying to be, just to express more love and not to hate on shit. If it ain't got shit to do with me, I'm not gonna hate on too much, but I'm gonna hate on some shit. But trapping in the kitchen, he cooking it up in the kitchen. Hold up. But again, my deal is, the one turned a sex tape into an empire, essentially. Did way better than Paris Hilton did. What is Paris doing nowadays? DJing or some shit? Like, she will always still be rich and famous mainly from the Hilton empire. I don't think she has that sway. Ajibata should make a tape, but I think it takes more than that. Because we saw Black China drop a sex tape, and she ain't had no power, so she got no respect. And I'm not saying that Kim K's sex tape was great. It just, maybe it was timing, maybe it was whatever, but then she finessed that into all the dudes she was fucking with. She ended up getting with Kanye, and who people think is a genius, and he loves fish sticks. But you just have to take your shot when the opportunity arises. And whatever the DJ Princess cut, that's what her name was? She's legit now. Yeah, she did a bunch of shenanigans with that other little weirdo for a while. Like, Paris in her prime, when she was the whatever, she had a show on Fox, and it was a little rinky dink ass stupid show with the little, I think it was on Fox, her and the little Richie kid, not little Richie, definitely not little Richie, Lionel Richie kid. And my thing is, Paris, she's tall. Oh, that's unfortunate. Their sex tape was trash too. But my thing is this, though. Those people already had money, and they actually did things that some would consider a lack of or lacking respect, and they were still able to thrive and shine. I think it just, it's a weird situation because women love them. I don't know what it was that women love these people for whatever reason, when you would think that most porn stars don't get that level of respect from women. But because I guess maybe because they were already rich, they're not looked at as like porn stars. And they weren't necessarily porn stars, they just had porno tapes, released, sex tapes released on them. But again, most people don't look at that as a respectful thing, and that's not really what I meant to, the conversation I meant to get into. But you know, you look at people who've come from nothing. You know, people respect. Well, I don't know what kind of people. Certain people respect rappers a whole lot because generally they come from impoverished neighborhoods to gain fame and wealth only to go broke, you know, 3 months after their last album dropped because they don't plan ahead and they don't fucking really have any financial understanding and they make bad decisions. So there's that. But Demi Palmer Fritis, I don't even know what that is. So you should make a gun with 3D printers, a 3D printer robotics classroom, which literally could armor in this class and miss during the school shooting. That's weird. Yeah, but for someone like Dominic, we gonna talk about you in a minute. Let me handle this the other stuff first because it concerns me that this is the thing that is always on your mind. So, though that's it's French fries. Freedom fries around here, buddy. All right. But my thing is this, you know, people love to hear the rags to riches story. I don't know why. I don't know if it inspires them or it motivates them in some sense. But how many more tales of riches to rags are there? I mean, think about every person who hits the lottery. And, you know, usually they're just everyday working ass people, or some of them aren't that, and they fucking. Sorry, I forgot to play the lottery. Now that we're talking about it, I don't know how much the Powerball is. I only play when it's like, you know, a few $100 million. I'll play then, you know, because I figure like if I'm gonna get one lucky blast, then I'm I need to make sure it's fucking, it's on a big blast. So my thing is, you know, the people who hit the lottery, you know, everybody else, if I just hit the lotto that I would, you know, people always say, if I just hit the lottery, it would be this and this. But the likelihood of you hitting the lottery, you're going to be broke within, you know, 5 years or less. And so my thing is, I don't know if it's maybe the sustenance of the money, being able, sustaining the money, or what it is that people love so much about the coming up stories. But again, we're talking about money, power, and respect. We talk about this in the sense of, are they interchangeable? And I'm getting a little bit off track here, but, you know, and what I mentioned earlier is that if you know, come up, say you are in the streets, and you ain't got no motherfucking money, but you pull a move on a motherfucker, you get you a gun. Then you start robbing motherfuckers for this, that, and the other. So technically you had the power to rob or do whatever else before you got the money. And then you continue to utilize that in a certain move, but most jackers don't sustain like that. They go broke, spend it, and have to continue pulling jack moves. But, you know, you have the power before you get the money. Is it fear? Is fear technically respect? Because then you have the respect and the power before you get the money. You know, my thing is, can I tell you, leukemia, you're severely hungover? What if it's a little bit of both? That would be awful. This is the guy's afraid school wants to be safe in case school shooters are afraid. I don't know, man. I'm just saying, you seem overly concerned about it. So it's either you are one of those guys or you have an overbearing fear of a situation like that taking place, and you got to work on that. Can't let that ruin your life. But again, my thing is, dead logic. My thing is looking at these situations. And I guess we got to look at it in different ways too, because you can look at people who come up through, you know, starting off in a company. You could be in sales or something like that. And technically, if you have the power to persuade, because sales is basically persuasion, and you have the power to persuade, you garner people's respect first because they respect you as a salesman, then you get the money, you know? So I'm wondering if, you know, again, like I say, is that true? Because the whole first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the respect is what people always say. But I think if you can develop, I'm doing it in past tense. If you could develop the power, you can get the respect, and then the money comes. So that's a horrible topic. If I woke up a foot taller, it would be harder to fucking find clothes. Are you short? I mean, you have a short situation going on over there? That's unfortunate if you do. But I'm really interested in seeing this fight later. But my thing is this. The world was built off money and power, you know, coming up from nothing. The tycoons of the world, you know, once they got money, they utilized it to leverage power. People respected and feared them for it. And the thing is, money can get you anything that you want. Power, in a sense, is almost as good as money. Respect is, you can't go to a store and say, hey man, I got plenty of respect, let me get some strawberries. You know, it's not going to work like that. But, you know, in certain arenas, having the right level of respect is as good as money, you know. So my thing is, this though. So what you call it? Well, she definitely one day Heidi's going to call in. She's going to have to get drunk enough, I think, to call in first before she does. But again, like I say, I'm pondering these things, you know, because people look at power as a bad thing. Oh, they just want all the power. But again, somebody has to have power. Somebody has to be in control, because I don't necessarily believe that you can just give power to the people. Because I think right now we're in a situation in this country where the people are trying to take power. You look at all these movements, you look at all these unorganized organizations, and you know, it seems like they don't have a direction amongst themselves. It took forever for the whole Black Lives Matter thing to get it right, and I wouldn't even say they got it right, but even just to get out, you know, basically their tenets, what they were standing for. And again, then it wasn't about anything about the people that they were, you know, basically taking up cause for. It was about a whole different subset of people. You see like the Occupy movements and things like that. Like, what did those things ever really truly accomplish? You know what I mean? That was the greatest. That move was a super troll move. That free Starbucks says I'm black. That dude, well, I think that's the same when I follow him not on Instagram, on Twitter. And he basically did that as a troll to see how stupid people were, like if it would happen. And so I was like, yeah, that is excellent. That shit was excellent. But that dude's he does a lot of I'm gonna say if it's him or somebody else fellow, but he's like a digital marketer or some shit like that. He makes pretty good dinero. He's one of those hoteps that they call him. And so my thing is that when you give the power to the people, the majority of people can't handle power. The majority of people can't handle management positions at Mickey D's, you know, or any small establishment, much less really having the power to make decisions for other people. Some people can't make decisions on drawers and underwear and things in the morning, you know. A lot of these hoes don't wear drawers. I don't know what it is. It seems like that would be uncomfortable, but I don't know. I don't have a vagina, so I don't know how that works. But to each their own. I mean, if it's a thing, if drawers are giving you some beef, you know, Derek Lewis just had beef with his balls, so there's that. You say the people are retards who really want to take power, celebrities, and super rich with a voice would be executed by like terrorists and everyone afraid of popular level. I wonder about your mind, Dominic. Like I really think that why are most barbershops closed on Sundays? Because fucking barbers are lazy. You know, some careers, I think it's just an old stick because everybody would be at church, you know, back in the day. And I think that culture kind of carried on. But I know some barbershops that shit, you pay like you weigh, they will be open on Sunday. So, you know, my thing is, I mean, but he, like I say, he played that shit he finessed it. Like, if she had any milk in her tits, she'd have been like, hey, no, fuck you. I'm not giving away free fucking Starbucks. Kiss my ass. Fuck your fucking racial justice. Screw you. Like, oh, that doesn't mean anything. Anything that isn't pro-Trump at this point is considered being a liberal, I guess. You know, I mean, that's what everybody says. You disagree with the president, you're bleeding a heart fucking liberal. I mean, Kavanaugh was going to get elected no matter what. This was all a fucking... That's part of money, power, and respect. You got the right money, but my thing is, and this is what I'm saying, people put together a GoFundMe to raise $500,000 for this dude, for Kavanaugh and his family. You really think this dude is hurting for any money? My family's been exposed. Nobody paid attention to your wife like that. Nobody cares. A bunch of liberals who really aren't going to do shit. Like, that's the thing. The fucking peace-loving liberals threatening people. That's always the funniest shit. But the thing about Kavanaugh is, the hardcore conservative says, let state votes on pot and same-sex marriage. Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah, he tried to say, like, make it seem like Beto wants to legalize everything. He wants to legalize heroin and crack cocaine. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's legalize all the shit. Crazy world. Alice in Wonderland. But, no, seriously, but here's the deal. This is what I'm going to tell you about Kavanaugh. Did he do what old girl said he did? Yep, absolutely. I believe it 100%. But at this point, is it relevant? Like, the fact that it took you longer than I've been alive to come back out with that shit. You've known that he's been a judge for several years. You've never brought those accusations. Only at the point where he had the potential to become a Supreme Court justice. Then it became an issue. Not when he was overseeing any other type of case. Just when he had the potential to make decisions for the entire country. Then it became a problem. So that's my deal. Yeah. Oh, did Cory Booker see Cory Booker though? He finagled it though. He exposed himself. You know what I mean? Yeah, he got confirmed. Absolutely got confirmed. Like, there was no hindrance. No, but my thing is, I believe that he did it. I absolutely believe it. Come on, like, that dude lied through that entire the Devil's Triangle. It's a drinking game. How many of y'all have played the Devil's Triangle? Drinking game. Let me know how that works. Yeah, Houston hating on the robo-hose, man. That's unnecessary. I want to know how many of y'all who have drank. Heidi, have you ever played the Devil's Triangle? Drinking game, supposedly. Ralph, because I have a weak stomach. You know what I'm saying? Devil's Triangle with beer pong. Yeah, that's what he was saying. He said, it's like quarters. It's the Devil's Triangle is a sexual term. All right? About fucking basically running a train on a chick and not fucking Houston's hate on the NHL. That's bullshit. Now they really tripping. We need the NHL. The Devil's Triangle is a fucking threesome with two dudes and a chick, basically. And that's not, I don't know if you call it a threesome. That's a train. Women would like to call that a threesome. I guess from a female perspective, it would be a threesome because to a dude, a threesome is two chicks. So if a female likes dick and she's getting two of them, I guess that would be a threesome. And from her perspective, you know, when you were eating cookies, I don't even know what happened with that. But that's the devil's triangle, you know. But it's the move, but you're not supposed to. But here's the thing. No, definitely not. Like, you don't look into another man's eyes at any other time that you engage in, even if it's a train being ran on a bitch. There should be no kind of eye contact going on. But it is what it is. But here's the deal. You say it's not gay, it's three-way. But basically what I'm saying is, no, there's a difference. There's a threesome with gay shit going on, and you don't participate in that. But there's a threesome with a barrier in the middle. All right? You stay on your side, I stay on my side. If you want to switch, throw your hand up, we'll high five. That's about as good as it gets. Dominic, I'll worry about you getting some pussy at all first before you worry about any of that. Oh, man, yes, it ain't gay if you got boots on, but I don't have any boots, and so I don't have that problem either way. My thing is, oh, my goodness. Hey, you got to love Capri Suns. I wouldn't drink Capri Sun right now. I'm watching my added sugar. But my thing is this, you know, have I done some wild stuff to women in my lifetime? Absolutely. Have I passed the pussy to a partner? Hey, I don't love this bitch. Here, take this bitch. Fuck it. If she lets you get it, hit it. I have no problem saying that. Women are wilder than you think. See, that's the problem. A lot of y'all are still young and don't realize how willing to do some shit that women are. I told y'all the story about I had a partner who ended up was fucking the same bitch. Like, didn't realize, like, as I was leaving, he was going. And I was like, you fuck with him? Yeah. I was like, oh, shit. And then we set up a whole party on that. Like, fuck it. If you go first, I'm going, no, don't go naked head, period, first or last. If you're not the first time ever, you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, shit, I was like, fuck it. We threw a party. And I told you about the hating ass dude. He was all knocking on the door, trying to knock on the window because she didn't want to give him no play. Do I think females have changed from my time to current? No, females have always been female. They've just been, well, I would say yes in the sense that they're more open with the shit now. Because again, it used to be taboo to be a hoe. Now it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Now at certain times they'll still try to play that, oh, well, you know, like, bitch, she was with the shit. Like the chick apparently that got the little dude killed. Like, I'm not saying I saw the tape or nothing because I don't know if what it was, but the rumor has it she was smiling and laughing and enjoying herself in the whole act. But then, you know, all of a sudden she was raped. This generation has changed in the sense of the way that these fucking liberals will sit here and say, well, you know, if you consented at the time, but then you changed your mind. And I don't even say liberals because I think sensible people say that's absurd. But these feminists, and they'll say, well, if you felt bad about it any time later, then it was rape. So you telling me, you know, we have sex because you had in your mind, you know, you consented to it that, you know, you was going to be able to throw some pussy on me. It was going to be so good. I was going to make you my girlfriend or something like that. And it didn't work. And so, you know, a couple of weeks later, you felt bad for doing it. Then it becomes rape. That's like they validate that, and that's unacceptable. So make sure if you're having any kind of friskification situation, make sure you got your paperwork and make sure you make them hoes sign it or consent on camera phone. And I'm like dead serious about that. I'm super dead serious about that. And I keep telling y'all, like, if I was ever a free agent, I'm printing up copies. I'm printing up copies and keeping a copy in my back pocket. If I have any intention of something, hey, you might think I'm joking, but y'all hoes wild these days. I'm gonna need you to sign this. I'm dead serious. Like this is a trail section, but I'm dead serious about it. Like abso-fucking-lutely. If not, record her saying it on the phone. Hey, are you coherent? You know, especially if you go out, if it's after eating or drinking or something, are you coherent? Are you, you know, sober enough to, you know, confirm this, and this, and, you know, make sure she actually is. Don't bitch be all lopsided. Yeah, I'm fucking sober. Let's do it. Don't do that. That's a no-no. But confirm it. Like, and if she don't want to do it, then don't do it, dog. If there's any reason, there should be no reason for hesitation. If she with the shit, you know, I don't want you showing everybody. I'm not finna do that fucking shit. This is for my own personal protection. If that's an issue for you, then hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, exactly. Like, you know, it is what it is. But my thing is, she watching Black Panther. I'm watching this guy fight. He kind of, I wouldn't say he looks like Andrew Luck. But my thing is this, though. My thing is this. Recording is an invasion of privacy. Yeah, look, all I'm saying is this. I'm not saying you got to record the whole act. I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying record a confirmation that you're willing. And I would record it fucking, I'm not saying, look, you record that shit. If you in your home, you have the right to record, you know, shit is your home. But not saying you need to go be advertising and selling everybody. If a legal situation comes up, hey, you know, here's the consent. I'd be like fucking, what's his name? Dennis from fucking Always Sunny. I'd have fucking, yeah, well, just like you're talking about right now. No comment. I have plenty that I have confirmed, and they were more than knowledgeable of it. Oh, but it got dropped. Let's just say when I was in college, I definitely was up to some shenanigans. But I would say eventually, like, I may have done it initially in a situation that was initially unconfirmed, but I probably ended up showing like any of them that I did it to. And you'd be surprised at who was actually with that shit, and they actually wanted a copy of the shit and stuff like that. Yeah, send me one. Oh yeah, and you know, like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. You and that bitch too, shit. Oh, let me tell you. Oh, let me tell you about that. That's a wild thing. Yeah, definitely. I find it real funny sometimes. I see people who have gone on to get married, and I know some of the bad things that I've done to their significant others. And there might have been a time or two that I did it after they got married. So, you know, but it is. Yes, I hit it with the Kales. It's Kale. That was right around that time, you know. Hey, that was a cool thing to do. You know, my thing is this. I'm telling, man, look, I told y'all, I don't lie to y'all, man. I tell y'all, well, I don't tell y'all everything. There's certain things you just gotta, you know, for certain parties have to be saved. But I'll tell y'all, I was a bad person. I wasn't a bad person. I was an asshole, though, and I really didn't give a fuck. I didn't care as much about other people. There was a long phase. I didn't give too much of fucks about myself. You know, it was just whatever's clever. You know, it is what it is. No, don't. I can't do the Hopkins fade. Like, I couldn't do it. I might. Nah, hell no. I'd have to be like right before I cut it all off for good. But here's my thing. Is it my fault? Power and respect. This might not be about money, but this is definitely about power and respect. Is it my fault if before she was in any kind of situation, legally obligated her to be faithful or whatever, and we used to have a thing, okay? And so she goes on and lives her life and runs into me, starts showing attention and all that other stuff, and is interested in another encounter. I wasn't married at the time. I haven't ever been married. I don't have any legally obligating contracts. So was I the one doing it dirty? Especially if I wasn't necessarily the one that insinuated. I wasn't the one that began with the innuendo. I tried to be as genuine about it as I can. And, you know, my thing is this. At that point in time, I honestly, genuinely didn't care. I saw tattoo on her back. No. I'm not evil. But here's the thing. He doesn't believe saying things. Bully is good for people. He doesn't care about Black Lives Matter. He sleeps with married women. And he's stirred trouble. He's so powered. The majority of that is facts. How old are you to still be believing in Santa? One, bullying is good for people because it can motivate them to become better than what they are, as opposed to cowering from it. You got to learn to fight back. I don't give a shit about Black Lives Matter. I care about the actual black lives that I know they matter, but the fucking organization, the Black Lives Matter, I don't give a fuck about them. Yeah, I've slept with a bunch of married women. I'm not gonna lie about that. Let's see. But nah, I haven't ever peed on anybody. I don't think I did. I might have took this trip to Russia once. No, I'm just joking. Let's see. And those movies were digitally relocated. I wouldn't say pirated. Digitally relocated. That's what I would say. That's awfully cringy. Let's see. The Den Line. Is it about that time? Yeah, it's about that time for Den Line. Santa was real, Saint Nick. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Hey, that would be great. It would be sold exclusively in the Den. I don't care about that. I thought it was some real news. All right, give me a second. We're gonna open up the deadline and we're gonna talk about some money, power, and respect. What's the motherfucking deal, Jay Dizzle? We're gonna call Suicide Squad. I never even watched that, so I don't even know what's going on with that. Man, look, all I'm saying is I'll be right back. I'm finna check the deadline audio, and then we'll get to some more of this conversation. Un segundo, por favor. It wasn't me. Yes. That's why I fucks with the deal. Y'all make me laugh. Y'all definitely. Hold on, player. Make sure everything is copacetic over here. So here's the deal, man. Pete Onion, where do y'all think that the drip originally came from? Oh, y'all thought the sauce was talking about the Sauce Twins. No. I was talking about drip. I want to piss on you. Show me your face. I want to piss on it. Ain't that a bitch? That's weak. So bad. So here's the deal, though. If I let out a big ass fart thinking the mic was off, then I'd be Shaq Kush. But here's the deal. here's the deal. And let me put the number up for the den line, so if y'all want to call in, it will be available. This is making me sad. I don't want to finish the fucking watching the fight now. It's all fucked up. That's some hoe shit. I need a fucking stream to watch the fucking fight on. Here is the deal. All right. I should have closed that out. It should have been closed out. And then, oh, that sounds awful. Like that. Minimize that. All right, here it goes. So, but again, my thing is this. Am I the bad guy if she was willingly wanting to participate in the shenanigans? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that have to do with me? You know what I mean? Like, I don't have that legal commitment. I don't have that, that situation. So if a woman gets married, she's supposed to be faithful to her husband. Is it my fault that if she didn't feel like she was getting pleased on that front and she had good experiences with me in our past, and maybe she wanted to relive that experience temporarily, is there anything wrong with that? I'm just wondering. Does not outright deny having peed over. And I probably did start part of the Me Too movement. But what I'm saying is, and I told y'all, I was a different person back then. I'm going through my renovations, and I'm still constantly working on myself. But then I didn't give two shits about nobody. Didn't give two shits about myself. It was just kind of taking things as they went. And yeah, I mean, I definitely did some dirt and some shenanigans. But again, who's worse? I mean, we're both probably bad, because I know, but if I don't know a husband, it don't mean anything to me. Yeah, exactly. And we have no kind of correlation. But that's an old friend. And maybe I was on I wouldn't say a dry spell, but maybe I just had some time for opportunity. Am I the bad guy? Because if it wouldn't be me, it would be somebody else. The King City Brother. No, they were like, no, you're a prude, Honcho. You can't come. You're not a. Matter of fact, speaking about Berlin and their kink dungeons and things of that nature, apparently. Apparently, there is a movie coming out called Kinky, and it basically looks like a fucking black version of fucking 50 Shades of Grey. You know what I mean? And it really looks a little suspect to me. Because one, niggas don't be in this shit. They trying to convince niggas to get into some wild shit niggas don't be doing. Oh, we got a call coming in. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in on the den line this evening?
What's going on?
Hold on 1 second. I'm getting some.
Pinche Honcho.
All right, there we go. We should be a little bit better now.
Hijo de chingada, man. I thought you had this all fixed up.
Nah, not always. It has its ways. 50 Shades.
Pinche Honcho.
God damn it, it's Mexican Rabbit. So what you want to drop in the den this evening?
What I heard, there's a movie. Wait, is there really a movie coming out called Kinky?
No, I was just making that up for fun and shenanigans. Yes, there is a movie coming out called Kinky, and it's about things you're not old enough to understand quite yet. So I'm not. So I believe that there. Exactly. So, and I have a question for you. Do Mexican rabbits have more offspring than regular rabbits? I don't know why this.
Do Mexican rabbits have more strawberry milk?
Whoa. I don't know why this thing's acting super crazy. Give me a second. I'm having some tweakings to do here. All right, there. I think we should be all right. But yeah, Mexican rabbits, do they produce more offspring than?
Oh, do we produce more offspring?
Rabbits, yes.
We produce average offspring. I mean, granted, we may pop out some bean burritos, but a lot of them they tend to be skinny.
Yeah, that's a bad buddy. All right, Dominic.
Do not question the way I worded it, Honcho.
Yeah, I want to say that sounds a little racist in my opinion. I'm just saying. That sounds a little racist. You say Heidi's a fake account creator, but no, I don't create fake accounts. Not too many. Maybe on Twitter or something like that. But no. But yes, there is a movie coming out by that name, and it is about some debauchery, if you will. And again, I can't recommend you anything.
Is the kinky movie animated or is it live action?
I can't refer any of these things to you because I believe it's rated R, and you are not allowed to watch that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's going to be awful.
Well, it'll be a bad look. I'm KD on Twitter. Yeah, I got several burner accounts for the sauce on the Twitters. So there's that. Okay, there's an accusation, Dr. Rabbit. I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Someone is questioning whether or not you are on drugs and or medication. This could be street pharmaceuticals or, prescribed pharmaceuticals.
What do you mean?
Drugs.
Okay, I heard drugs. I don't sell drugs.
No.
I don't do crack. I don't do meth. I'm not a pothead, and I also don't do black and milds. So no.
All kind of. Hold on, I got some shenanigans popping up.
I totally did not answer your question, didn't I?
Yeah. So I think you're beating around the bush, and I'm wondering if you're using the drugs, man. Are you using the drugs? I need to know.
Am I using drugs?
Are you using drugs?
Well, I can't see my toes, so no.
Wait, what? I appreciate the call, Dr. Rabbit. I'm going to ponder on that one a while, but I appreciate your call.
All right. Much love, Honcho.
I appreciate you calling in. I can't see my toes, so no. Now, I'm a little bit baffled at that one. Oh, Ferguson's crapping? Okay. I'm definitely I've definitely been thrown for a loop on that one. That may be a thing. Now, here's a question. If you can't see your toes, can you also not see your genitals? No, I don't want to get too in-depth to that. What's the motherfucking deal who we have calling on the sauce? I'm talking here sauce sports. I said sauce line. Goddamn, the den line this evening. Hello?
Yeah. It's Edmund.
All right, Edmund, how are you doing this evening, Edmund?
Good.
Good. What do you want to drop in the den tonight?
I wanted to get your thoughts on. Did you hear about the Lonzo Ball situation with his ex-girlfriend?
No. What happened with the Lonzo Ball situation? Please update me.
So his ex-girlfriend is basically calling him a deadbeat dad, that he doesn't see his baby girl, and she's demanding $30K a month for child support.
Yes, because that's the solution for not seeing your child. $30K a month. That's how you resolve all the problems of not being a father figure being available. Yeah, it's another one of those, apparently. $30K a month? I mean, what kid on earth needs $30K a month? Like, what kid on earth needs $30K a month? What I mean, you don't need that for college. You don't need that for anything. You don't need that much to go to a private school. I would think, depending on what private school you're going to. You don't need that for clothing. You don't need that for anything that I could think of. So again, that's just the type of shit. Again, that's why I say, motherfuckers better watch these, bro. It's cheaper to hire a hitman than to pay that child support. That's all I'm saying. It's cheaper to hire a hitman and a nanny. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying to do it. I'm just saying that it would be cheaper to do either one of those things. That's all I'm saying. See, but man, that's another one of those trifling hoes again, trying to come up off the vagine. You ain't put a look. Again, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. You wasn't with me fucking doing none of this. She just wants to be another one of these. Like the internet society, stupid ass shows like Basketball Wives, where nobody is a wife of any basketball player. These other sports shows, such and such wives, where amazingly all these women are single, or their girlfriends, but not anybody's wife. But for some reason, it's called wives. My thing is, hey, look, all I'm saying is, it's cheaper. I didn't say to do it. I just said it was cheaper. That's all I'm saying. If you wanna consider your options, that's an option. We're talking about money, power, and respect. So apparently the bitch ain't respected him. So he got some money, so he can buy somebody with a little power to fix the situation. That's all I'm saying. But again, that's wild, man. That's wild, man. Man, I appreciate you hitting me with that, Ed, man. I'm gonna speak on that for just a second, and then I got a couple other thoughts I want to address on that one. But I appreciate your call, and I'm definitely about to talk about that for a few. But here's my deal. Again, same story. Why isn't it ever, hey, man, I just want you to take care of the kids? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
That's your sauce line, but hey, man, it's your boy Josh, man.
What's the motherfucking deal, Josh?
Hey, man, even talking about the Hitman situation, man, like, this ain't know it's crazy. Like, her Instagram names is D-Money and stuff. Like, I knew about her, like, what it was, a year ago? Like, she probably been had this all planned out.
Oh, yeah. Like, I honestly would not believe that these bitches don't start wilding out or start just causing drama in the relationship to basically get out of the relationship. Because I tell y'all all the time, man, just because the motherfucker's famous, just because they got money, just because they are an athlete, doesn't mean that they cool. They generally a lot of whack ass peoples. You know what I mean? A lot of these people are whack as fuck. And so I would not be surprised if these hoes start plotting and planning, okay, well, I'm going to just start being overly dramatic about everything that I fucking can to make this motherfucker want to leave me. Then I'm going to go ahead and get the check, and I'll never have to work again. As long as this motherfucker playing, doing whatever, I'll never have to fucking work again. I wouldn't put it past any of these hoes, man.
It's just like, girls would rather be, girls would rather be like separate than having together, because if they together, then they don't have control of the money.
Yeah.
But if they separate, then they do.
Exactly. Exactly.
So one wrong move, and shit, all of a sudden, waiting on.
Man, that's a
You
very,
hiring a hitman.
I'm telling you, 30K a month, man. Look, you could have it, man. I'm telling you, man. There's some niggas in the hood, man. You get these niggas, man. I ain't even finna get into that shit. I ain't even finna get into it, man. Buddy leaking. I thought that was Ferguson leaking. You say if you kill a court-appointed child of guardian in the state, you pay 30K to the guard. No way. If your father's alive, I mean, look, you don't do it. You make sure the lines between you and whoever it may be. They both leaking? Okay. You make sure you spread some space between you and whoever it may be that you hired to take care of the job, but LaShawn McCoy style. But I mean, it's just shit. The 30K a month, I would not be surprised that bitch did not like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would not be surprised if the bitch did not just really start causing static simply for the fact to go ahead and say, okay. And Josh made a great point, man. So that she can control the money, because if you with him, then it's his money. He gotta loan you a little bit here, he gotta throw you a little something here, and if you want to go to the mall and buy some new Gucci and do some other shit, I gotta ask him. I feel embarrassed for asking, but you don't feel bad that your kid ain't got no father in their life because you want to fucking make this motherfucker break bread, because you're more concerned about the bread than the fucking the child actually having a quality of life. And then you're gonna try to be a famous Instagram hoe. But that's what happens when these niggas go and dip the dipstick in these dirty tricks, and not thinking ahead. Like, again, like I told y'all, man, look, I ain't gonna trip, I'm a snip, so I don't drip and I don't slip. But again, it is what it is, because otherwise these motherfuckers gonna break you for a check these days, because that's the cool thing to do. That's what the women's movement has taught women who are lacking skills in every other department. Well, just go find your dude with some money, get pregnant, use that magical power to make him pay you checks for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it is. You know what I mean? That's what happens when you're lame ass. Ray, what's the motherfucking deal? So yeah, but that's pretty much how I look at it, man. All right, but I don't know if that's the line trip. But I appreciate the call, Josh, man. I don't know if the sound is still tripping on my end. I'm gonna have to re-rig some stuff. He was a hood hit man, ended up like Lil Boosie, pay the extra, sleep better. Yeah. Oh, I mean, trust me. I mean, yeah, you want to do the right thing. It's easy. So here's the thing, though. When you hire a hood hit man, it's easy to knock off niggas in the hood, because don't nobody give a fuck about them, especially when it's old motherfuckers who've been up to a bunch of shenanigans. But when you hire somebody to wipe out somebody who is not necessarily a negative, a complete negative to society, where the motherfucking laws actually are going to look into it, because you're talking about a big name situation. And I'm not advising anybody to do this. I'm just saying, if this was like the hypothetical situation that I was ever caught up in. But here's the deal. Like, I can't ever slip up now, because if I ever did, and a broad around me fucking was pregnant, if I ever had a baby mama and she just mysteriously got off, it would come right back to you. Money, power, respect. That was the stream he said it. Money, power, and respect. That was the one he said it in. I'm telling you, he did it. He gave the evidence. I'm telling you, Honcho had her hit. All right? The only hit man I fuck with is the video game. So don't be trying to fucking say don't be trying to say that I did anything off the wall, man. Good night, power. So don't be trying to say Honcho every day, telling people to go hit him up like Tupac and all that other good shit, man. I'm not suggesting any of that shit. Don't do the hypothetical. So all I'm saying is, look, either get your pull-out game on 1,000 or over 9,000 like Vegeta, or well, not like Vegeta, like what's the name? You got to get your power level so you can make sure. If I did hire a hitman, here's how I would have done it. But the thing is, yeah, I'm telling you, man, it give you all the game. Look, all you got to do is break somebody's neck in front of everybody, take their clothes, put them on in the middle of public, run to another room, jump in a box, wait about 30 seconds, get out the box, and walk around like nothing happened. That's how you get away with everything. Yeah, that's the secret to it. So if I pull out game, but my back weak as fuck. Damn, you gotta straighten up your back, man. You gotta tighten up on your backstroke, man. That's what it is. But my thing is this, man. You know, all I'm saying is, you know, we're talking about money, power, and respect, and that's what happens when you do get money and power. People will find ways to try to undermine you. And again, you would think like what happens is a motherfucker gets to believing that they'd have found something too good, or she would never do that to me because, you know, I'm me. Not realizing, oh, they call that bitch. Not realizing. What's the name? Lost? I didn't even catch who it was. Ferguson lost that bitch? Nah, that's all fucked up. That motherfuckers don't realize that, man, anybody will get you. You never know what a person is thinking. You see the shit all the time. I mean, think about them. Who is it? The fucking Menendez brothers? You know what I'm saying? Man, I wish he would. I wish a motherfucker would. Look, I got that, thought G.I. Joe had a kung fu grip. I don't even know what the fucking kung fu grip means. Look. You think G.I. Joe had a fucking kung fu grip? Shit. You start. Let me feel you think you finna try to implement some type of leg lock on me. You know what I'm saying? Look, I will connect middle finger to thumb around a motherfucker's neck, and we gonna resolve that situation. One of us gonna let loose first, and I don't think it's gonna be me. So, you know. So, you know, it is what it is. Ecstasy is weak as fuck nowadays, so I'm not worried about that. Trust me. I didn't done the damn thing. Oh shit. Oh, he caught him good. Okay. Yeah. God damn. I'm trying to see the highlights and shit. What? Domestic violence? No. Ooh, that was a damn good fight. It looked like them boys were scrapping. Them boys was leaky. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck went on. Yeah, them boys was leaky as a bitch. So, all right, we're going to take a call real quick. My fault, I got distracted. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this evening? No, hold on one second. Let me make sure I don't know why this audio is tripping like this. All right, hold on. Hello? I don't know what the fuck. Hello. Hello? Here's somebody, and I don't know what the fuck is that. Let me try to read it just here. All right, there we go. Hello? Damn. I heard a laugh, but that was it. All right, there we go.
It's Edmund again.
All right, Edmund, what's the motherfucking deal? Edmund, what you want to drop in the den this evening?
So you were like talking about earlier in the portion of the video where you were that sexual encounters with married women. Like, I just felt like when you said that wasn't your fault, but in my opinion, I think that it's partially your fault because I feel like you did the action. So I was just I wanted to get your thoughts on like why you feel like it wasn't your fault that these women had these sexual encounters.
Okay. All right, that's a bit. I'm gonna hang up on you, but I'm gonna answer your question here because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this damn line. But that's a good question. I will definitely answer that. But I appreciate the call. Oh, Tony won that bitch? Oh, Buddy won that bitch, so he did win. Okay. But that's a good question there, man. I won't say it's not totally my fault, you know, in hindsight. At the time, I didn't give a fuck, you know. It was what it was. If she was, you know, it takes two to tango. So I can't say it's all on me, you know. But it's definitely a significant portion that I contributed to it. Yeah, you know. I was sticking and jigging, and, you know, I did my duty. But, again, not like I took it, not like I forced her, not like I advance anything. You know what I mean? once you start reading and kind of getting the underlying messages, then now did I say I denied anything? Absolutely not. And I should have been one to have said, hey, you know what? No, that's not what happened. That's not the deal. But I didn't. So ain't nothing I can do about that at this point in time. So again, if she willingly threw me the layup or threw me the alley oop, well, best believe I'm gonna slam dunk that hoe. You know, it just is what it is. You know, so yeah, she can go for that. That's cool. That's none of my business if she does. I'm saying, all right, she's not a doctor, so if the damn doctor couldn't get no love for it, I think I'm all right. But again, look, as long as none of them ones that came out post that session didn't look like me, we all Gucci. So I have no worries about that. So we'll see what happens in that whole situation. Judge Honcho could never happen. That's all right, because I don't want to judge anybody. I'm working on trying to not judge everyday people in my daily life. You know, I'm gonna take that as the last call because I'm gonna get ready to watch this fight here myself. And then what I'm thinking is we'll probably have some mixer action after the fight, so that'll probably be the deal. So I'm gonna talk a little shit until they get ready to rumble, and then a limited time Notorious edition. I ain't buying no damn UFC. But yeah, after the fight, then I'll we'll hop on some mixer action. But my deal is this, you know, women, again, I tell you, I believe in equality. Man, I got the video sitting there, and I have to put it. I just have not chopped it up. You know what I'm saying? I was, Lil one had a soccer game today, which was interesting. I ended up fucking around watching the Astros game, and then I like that Astros game was good as shit. What's up with that sixth inning? And so I kind of was a little lackluster. Then after that, I started fucking watching Sanford and Son. So, you know, when Sanford and Son comes on, it's hard to get away from the screen. But I got you. I've definitely on Saturdays, I really don't be down in the den too much. But that's my thing, man. Look, I'm sitting here and tell you, I don't believe in taking no pussy. I don't agree with that. I think you're a piece of shit if you forcing yourself on women, if you harassing and catcalling and all that extra shit. I'm not with none of that shit. And that's why, you try to paint this picture of bad Honcho. But, you know, it is what it is. I've never been one of those, hey, you run up on a bitch grabbing on her arm, no type of shit like that. We're going to have some conversation, you know what I'm saying? And again, if the conversation escalates to, you know, something else, because I'm going to let her make her own choices. I'm not going to force you into nothing. Ooh, that sucks. That's the worst. God damn, $400 speeding ticket. That's a racket. I'd be the motherfucker. I'd have to sit that one out. Be like, fuck this. Well, it depends. It depends on how much they tax in the day. So my thing is 72 billion, yeah. So my thing though is the let's see what's going on. You know, I'm keeping an eye on it. Let me throw this here in the corner. Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna do this. But you know, my thing is Gertrude. Nah, Gertrude ain't came back through, man. Gertrude need to come back through. I need to holler at Gertrude. I'm trying to get that. Hell no. But my thing is, yeah, I've never been a person to try to force nobody for nothing. I'm not gonna force my thoughts on anybody. I'm not finna you know what I'm saying? To the crow's still around. The crow is actually no, the crow ain't sure. I gotta figure out why, because for some reason the shit got reset. But my thing is Who the fuck is that, mate? Yeah. But yeah, that'd be what I would be counter taking that dope. God damn it, that Irish dope. But my thing is this though. It's like I don't understand that. It's one thing to be, you know, pursuing. But here's the thing that kills me, because we want to talk about how they like being pursued, but then when a woman, but if it's not the right guy, then it's threatening, then it's harassment. I mean, look, just because I'm looking through your window in the middle of the night without you knowing, I'm just making sure, you know, everything is. I'm just joking. I don't have a ladder. But yeah, I think I'm rolling with yeah, I think I'm rolling with Khabib, but I think they're gonna pull a okie doke somehow. I think they're gonna pull a okie doke somehow for old buddy. Man, but what's his name is but whatchamacallit is fucking hilarious though, dog. Fucking Derek Lewis, that fucking post game fight conference. Hey Joe, I'm gonna come on your podcast in like a week or two and smoke some weed with you. That motherfucker Houston to the bone, dog. She, you know, nigga like me, I need to take my black ass to what he say? I need to take my black ass go do some cardio or so. That boy is Houston to the bone, dog. Like he ain't saying nothing kosher. We gotta look. I'm gonna try to look. I'm like, look, man, look, we gotta get you in on the den, man. But yeah, man, like the thing is, you say women that want to choke us, like, hey, look, I told y'all about bitch trying to fucking when I was young. That's probably why I got a bad experience. I had that fucking bitch when I was like 16. I was fucking with a bitch. She was like 21. So look, hashtag me too, because that is illegal. And the bitch was like, bitch trying to bite me and shit, dog. Like, I'm not finna, like, the bitch was biting the fuck out of me. I was like, hold on, bitch, like, we finna stop fucking around, because, you know what I'm saying, like, you this shit ain't finna shake, man. Like, I understand, you know, trying to be on some kinky shit, but it's like, this is a whole nother other thing, my brother, you know, and I ain't with that shit. And she was cool, because at that time I thought she was cool, you know. Bitch had a Nintendo, Super Nintendo and shit. This is around the time of Xbox and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? So a motherfucker was like, you know, she cool, she old school, she got a little gamer in her, you know what I mean? I'm still young, it is what it is. You know, I'm gonna go over there play a little Mario, fuck with this old sorry hoe, you know. But yeah, and somehow we started getting into some other shit, and that bitch was getting a little nibbling. I'm like, bitch, is you a beaver? What the fuck is your problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can train you. No, bitch, you can't train me. I got some partners. If you talk about a trade, well, you know, if you into that weird shit, but you're not for the trade me. It don't go down like that. Don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's the H-Town, or it's supposed to be. It looks like the devil horns. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. And so, but I guess I wonder if it's the direction in which you hold it. So if you're holding it out, is it the devil horn? But if you hold it in, the H, you know, I have no idea. But I'm trying to see, like, where everybody's trying to say that he got into Khabib's head. Like, where did Khabib really ever just really react? You know what I'm saying? I think he just ain't with all the nonsense. Like, he too serious for all that shit. Like, he ain't with the showboat and shit. Yeah, Drake's a faggot. Like, and I tell you, I use that word in certain. I use that word in certain terms. I don't mean all gay people are fags, but it's flamboyant, like over the top ones that are just super dramatic. Like I say, you know, all that other shit. Like he's like, all them dudes validate him taking the L to Mayweather. It's because, you know, well, he should have took it to, if he took it to UFC. Yeah, Mayweather wouldn't fight in the UFC. They don't pay enough money for Mayweather's not that dumb to go and, yeah, let me make the least amount of money I ever made in the last couple of decades to go do a whole bunch of extra shit that I don't want to have to do. I get paid over here and control my own show, you know. See, I'm telling y'all, Connor's nervous, dog. Like, it's some of that extra shit he been up to and he doing. I think he's nervous, honestly. But here's the deal. Yeah, absolutely. But he's not a UFC fighter, so that's the problem. Is like you can try to correlate these things, but it's not. He's in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? And makes way more money in the sport of boxing than getting your fucking brains knocked out for fucking $30. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So that's a wrap. We're finna wrap it up. I'm finna watch the fight. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all. But the crazy stuff when people saying that Ronda Rousey could actually beat Floyd, she would not be able to get in the ring. Floyd would knock her fucking block off before she would be able to fucking put a grapple anything on her. But here is the deal. I appreciate all of y'all. With that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I'm finna watch this shit. Mixer after the fight is over. We'll be talking some shit about the fight and whatever else is clever. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Y'all ain't got to go home, go watch the fight, go do something positive. Then after the fight, come to the mixer. But right now, get the fuck up out of here. I'm gone.